Am I really that much? And breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really know you are.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. It is due time for this video. So what this video contains basically is just a Q&A about myself, about my life. I feel like it's been due time, so we're just gonna jump right into it. Don't need no crazy introduction about anything, so let's get into it. A lot of these questions are repetitive, so I might just like go ahead and answer like a lot right now, and then we're gonna go into like the more in-depth questions. And this is 24/7, so if you hear this about 5 times, I'm so sorry. Just block out the noise. I swear, like, I'm not exaggerating. These sirens are like the most annoying, but it happens, I swear, at least 10 times a day. I'm gonna answer like the very basic questions that you guys asked because it's a lot of repetitive questions that you guys were wondering, so I'm just gonna go ahead and answer it. First off, my first name is Casey Kidwell. I go by Kid. Basically how I got Kid was when I was in college. I didn't really like to be called Casey. Coach started calling me Kidwell, and then he didn't want to use Kidwell as like a whole because it's kind of hard to say, like when you're in a play, like it's just too long. So then he just started calling me Kid, and that kind of stuck on the court. And then people outside of the court would call me Kid, and then that's when like I started introducing myself like to random people that I met. I would just say like, hey, my name is Kid. The only people that call me Casey is my friends back in high school. My mom might call me Kid. So yeah, that's how I got my name, is just through college ball. Am I single? Yes, I posted this on my story like right after I posted these questions because a lot of you guys just kept asking me if I have a boyfriend. Fun fact, I never had a boyfriend. I've never brought a man home to my parents. I am 25. That was another question, so I'll just put that out there. I am 25. Never had a boyfriend. The next question was like, you're single and like why? I have never had a boyfriend because I have been so focused on basketball my whole entire life, I feel. So my schedule just revolved around ball. I never really made plans, or not necessarily plans. I don't know how to say it. The selection of men that, I don't know how to say this. I just never found necessarily the one for me, I guess. I never connected with a guy where it's like, okay, like I do like you a lot. Like we started hanging out. Like that's never happened. Where am I from? So I am from North Carolina. And the college that I went to Austin Peay for my first 4 years, which is in Clarksville, Tennessee. And then for my 5th year, I transferred to Queens, and that was probably like the best decision ever. Like I loved Queens, I absolutely loved Charlotte. I met some of like the best people in that area, made like some of the best connections in Charlotte. And I could honestly see myself living in Charlotte. I would love that, but we'll see, time will tell. Okay, so let's get into overseas, the basketball part. So you guys had a lot of questions about overseas. All right, the first question was for overseas, like what's the process of getting signed to an overseas team? I'll tell you my experience because that's all I know about my experience. Basically, like I said, when I was at Queens, I had one of the best years. I did really well with my stats, therefore I was able to get a lot of film for my last year at Queens. And then after I graduated, my coach had a lot of agents, like she had a lot of connections to agents. I did not go that route though. I could have connected myself with her agents that she knew of, but instead I actually had somebody reach out to me via Instagram, and then I got an agency through Instagram, and he was able to find a Germany team for me. Now, we were so specific with Germany because my mom is born and raised in Germany, therefore I had dual citizenship. So I am technically a European on this German team. I do not count as an American, we are allowed to have 3 Americans on this team specifically. Other teams are different. You can have 1 to 2 Americans, or imports technically. So we have 2 Americans on this team and 1 Aussie, so 3 imports. But I count as a German, so that was kind of the situation for me. So yeah, you gotta get yourself an agent, and that'll help a lot for sure. How do contracts work in overseas, and are they guaranteed? It all depends on your contract. I signed a 2-year deal, so I was here for 2 years. As far as guaranteed, they can pretty much cut you whenever. Like if you're not showing up, if you're not doing what they want you to do, they can cut you. As far as contracts, that's why you have an agent. The agent is able to like go through the contract with you and really just see or negotiate anything with the contract. So yeah, I guess that's like the best answer I can give. How do I handle the language barrier? For the most part, everybody speaks English here in Germany. The basketball team itself, they speak English. Everybody speaks English. We have a lot of girls from all over Europe, but we all know English, so it's really not that hard. There's a couple of girls on our team. If we go somewhere, they can speak German. If we do go somewhere and the people don't speak English, we do have Germans on our team where they can like help us translate, so it's really not that bad. And the next question about overseas. Oh, do teams cover housing, travel, and meals? Like I said, every overseas team is different. Every club is different. For me, I was able to get an apartment and a car, but they gave me a stick. I do not know how to drive a stick. I just haven't learned. I could learn, and I will learn. They do give me housing, and they do give me a car, which is really, really nice. If I have any other questions with overseas. Oh, this is a good one. So what's a typical day for an overseas basketball player? So for me, I'll just kind of give you like the weekly schedule of how we do things. So we have practice every day. So we play on Saturdays or Sundays. So we play once a week. We practice every day. And I'm sorry, the bell of the church, like there's a church right next to me. So I'm so used to it. And y'all might hear it and be like, that's loud as hell. We really have the full day to ourselves. If we don't have weights in the morning, we just have the full day to ourselves. For the most part, like I go to the gym every day, like the weight room every day. And then we just have breaks in the evening, so it's really chill. It's definitely not like college where you're like on a set schedule. We obviously don't have class, you know, so that frees up a lot of our time during the day. Yeah, it's really chill. Okay, questions about my personal life. I don't know what happened, but the camera like cut out. What inspired me to start playing basketball, and when did you know you wanted to go pro? So I started playing basketball specifically because of my brother. I have an older brother. He's 7 years older than me. When I was about 3 or 4, I kind of followed in his footsteps. He played baseball, I played basketball, like anything that he did, I did. And he is the reason why I started playing. He is the reason why I'm so competitive, because I was 7 years younger than this man, and I literally just wanted to be better than he was. Personally. So yeah. How did I know that I wanted to go pro? When I went to Queens and I realized how great I was playing, I realized, okay, I have the opportunity to possibly go pro. And then that's when everything kind of shifted my mindset, like this is what I'm gonna do and I'm gonna do it. What is my go-to meal for a game? I really like pasta. I do pasta. You're supposed to have like good carbs, like really healthy carbs before a game. So I try to go for pasta or quinoa. I don't know how you say it. What is my diet consist of? I am just eating fruits, veggies, and protein. That's really like my consistent diet. Obviously, like throughout the week, I'll have some dessert just to get that in my body so I don't like crave it and indulge it crazy amounts. But, like I eat pretty healthy and make sure that my body is in like the best shape. Okay, yeah, I get this question a lot. What is my ethnicity? I'm American, but I'm white. I feel like a lot of people question that. How many tats do I have? I have my lion tattoo on my leg. I have a little anklet on my leg. I have a heart on my waist. I have a little something. I don't even know what it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4. A quote down my back, and I have that red tattoo on my back, which the red tattoo is a flower or rose, and it's wrapped around by a snake. And then I have lips on my ass. I would like 2 kids. I don't really care. I would like a girl and a boy. I would like to have a girl first and then a boy. I'm not really too worried about what I have, or I'm not really too worried about it. What motivates me? What motivates me is myself, what I want for myself. I see what I want for my future, and then that's what motivates me to go even harder. What is life after basketball? That is like, you know what? I'm gonna answer that last. Probably wonder, what is kid doing after basketball? Oh, this was a good question about my dating life. What's keeping you away from dating? I feel like dating and relationships, like, those are 2 different things. I just have never had a relationship. Have I dated? Have I gone on dates? Of course. Like, I have. They just never work out. They're not my type. Not necessarily my type, but I don't want to say I get the ick, but it just makes me realize, okay, like, that's not what I want for myself. So what is keeping me away from being in a relationship? I would possibly say, like, I'm so focused on myself. I don't want to depend on another man, and I don't think I'll ever depend on another man. It's more so just, I need to make sure I have everything in order for my life, for the future, before I let another man come into my life and not necessarily disrupt everything, but just so he knows where I am, and he can come in and make it better. What is my favorite food? I love me some seafood boil, and I love me some Mexican food. Those are my 2 favorite things. Love it. Also, okay, so this kind of goes with the dating relationship. What is your ideal man? I feel like my ideal man kind of just has the same goals and aspirations as me. I'm big on fitness. I would want my man to be into the fitness aspect of things. Like, even if he's a fitness trainer, love that. That would be perfect. Like, we both have the same goals. Like, we want to help others get healthy. I think that one would be great. That would be an ideal. Also love sports. Like, that would be great. Wanting to go to sporting events, watching sports, I think that's a perfect date. I love that. Just somebody that wants to continue to grow, make money, have aspirations for their life, and have goals towards, and just travel. I love to travel. Let's get into the next part of my life. So a lot of questions were, do you see yourself in the WNBA? What's next for you? And personally, I don't want to say, hey, like, I think I'm gonna wrap it up and try something new next year. No, I do think this chapter could possibly be coming to a close. I'm not gonna say that for sure, but the older I get, the more I'm like, I just want so much more for myself. I want to try something new. Even if I take a gap year this upcoming year and then do overseas again, like, I'm perfectly fine with that. But I'm really putting it on God's hands. Like, I pray every day that he just continues to show me my path, and he can just show me how good it can get. Like, I always told myself I wanted to play overseas for 2 years at least. And it's been great. There has been injuries along the way. Mind you, like, I've been out with my broken wrist for a few months. So that has been challenging. But by the way, it is getting better. I should be able to play hopefully soon. We start playoffs, so hopefully I'll be back soon. But anyway, Do I see myself in the long run still playing overseas? I personally don't know. It's literally in God's hands. Like, I'm putting it all in his hands. If it's meant for me, of course, like, I would love to keep playing. But if it's not, I have my life. Okay, so it keeps like turning off. I don't know why. What I was saying is, I have some things in my life that is set up for me successfully. I would love to, like, I am working to be an online trainer, an online fitness coach. It has been a little bit hard this past few months because I am overseas. I feel like that's just an excuse, but I definitely do want to get more dialed into that this summer and really work hard on that. And also, like, I would continue to play ball. I just really have to figure out if that's what I want to do. But it's really in God's hands, and I'm just gonna let him handle that. And also another thing, what was I gonna add? What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I also would love to get more into content creation and just kind of doing that because I love to be in front of a camera. I love to have this connection with social media and myself, so I definitely want to get more dialed into that as well. But yeah, I do have some things that I see myself doing in the future, and if basketball is not part of that, I 100% will continue to have basketball in my life, whether if that's training kids back in my hometown, having camps, possibly coaching, but like I said, it's really up to God and what he has for me. So I'm not worried, I'm not stressed. I literally have the most faith in him, and I think I'm gonna come out on top regardless of what I choose to do. So thank you guys. This is the majority of the Q&A. I think I went more in depth about like how I do things overseas, how overseas is, what's my life about, how do I do things, and what's in the future for me. So I feel like I gave you guys a good roundabout of kids life. But if you made it this far, I appreciate it for listening. I probably mumbled and just went on random talks about everything, but yeah, appreciate you guys. If y'all want to like, subscribe, and comment and share this video, that would be wonderful for my influencer. But yeah, no, thank you guys, and bye.